Hi there, welcome to my V-zine. The final week on my nutrition topics, and this week we're talking about eating out, and I give you some advice on what choices to make and how to eat out whilst you're following a calorie reduced diet or trying to eat healthily. So a few guidelines. Before your meal, I always suggest that you view the menu online if you can. So most chains, sort of like Pizza Express, if you're going somewhere like that, Nando's, or perhaps some other places as well, will have their menus online. If you can't find, if it's an independent restaurant and they don't have their menus online, then you could always sort of look at somewhere that's similar and get an idea for sort of the calories in various different types of food. But it is always good to have a look at the menu, even if you're not looking at sort of the calories, but just to see that what choices they have, so that you're not forced into making an unhealthy choice. You can always ring up in advance and say to them, could they cater for your nutrition request. So yeah, having a look at the menu in advance and picking a healthy option and sticking to it, going there, maybe don't even look at the menu when you get there, and already have in your head what you're going to order. Avoid buffet style restaurants, so sort of all you can eat places, because the chances are you'll often eat more because there's more variety, so you want to try a bit of everything. At least if you just order one dish off the menu, then you've got that, and you wouldn't order two mains. You might order some side portions, but you wouldn't order two mains. So try and avoid your all you can eat sort of places, and plus the clues in the title, the chances are you'll end up wanting to get your money's worth and eat more than you could eat usually. So avoid that. And I'd also say drink water before you go. Make sure that you're not hungry when you get there, because the chances are you'll just pick the first thing you see, or you'll reach for the bread basket when you get there because you're so hungry. So like I said last week, not skipping lunch, just make sure that you've had some food, maybe a little bit lighter than usual, maybe not had your snack mid-afternoon, but just make sure that you're not hungry when you get there. Okay, and for starters, an idea is, even if it's not on the menu, you can always order a side salad as a starter, and this will help fill you up because of the high water content of lettuce and salad items, that you'll actually feel fuller before your main comes, and also it helps to get you some vitamins and minerals, and maybe one or two of your 5 a day. So salad for starter, or often seafood dishes, soups and fresh fruit like melon for starters are also quite light as well, so that will help fill you up, but without the extra calories. And also I always suggest ordering first, so you're not influenced by what other people have. So if you pick first, then they might be influenced by you, in that if you pick a healthy option, they might pick a healthy option too. But if they're not trying to watch what they eat, and they go for something like fish and chips, then the chances are you'll hear that and perhaps be tempted into it. So try and order your meals first. For your mains, always, it's quite common sense really, avoid fried, breaded, marinated and pastry dishes, because they all contain a lot of fat. Opt for grilled or steamed meat and fish, just to reduce the calories as well. And vegetarian and fish dishes are sometimes lighter than meat dishes, so perhaps choosing those is a good idea as well. Not all the time, though, because some vegetarian dishes have lots of cheese on the top, so be careful, obviously use common sense with that. Swap your creamy sauces for tomato-based sauces, so for example with pasta or meat or fish, try not for a tomato-based pasta, it's always lighter and lower in fat. Ask for sauces and dresses to be on the side, so you only use what you need, because sometimes someone else's judgment will be that you need more. So at least if it comes on the little pot on the side, you can put as much as you need on, but not too much, don't drown it in the sauce. Stick to one carbohydrate food as well, and I suggest this whether you're eating out or eating at home, having one carbohydrate food. So rather than, some places serve lasagna, which is obviously pasta, with garlic bread and chips, so that's 3 servings of carbohydrate, which no one needs that much energy and that much carbohydrate in one meal. So if you're having lasagna, perhaps carbohydrate, pasta, have that with salad rather than the chips, and not with the garlic bread. Or if you're having a burger, try and have just the burger and the salad rather than burger and chips. Or have the burger but not the bread around the burger, and have that with the chips. So a few different options of things like rice with nachos and things like that. Just try and stick to one carbohydrate per meal. So like again with soup, when that comes, if you have that for a starter, it'll often come with bread and you don't really need it, so try and avoid that. Swapping chips for boiled or jacket potatoes or boiled rice perhaps, just helps to cut down on the fat content. Boiled potatoes and rice are obviously lower fat and haven't been fried like chips. And also chips, try and go for the chunkier versions if you can, so the nice thick ones. That means that they'll have soaked up less fat than the thinner ones. And also like sort of homemade chips are always better than the French fries, so go for those. Or even better, like I said, swap your carbohydrate for side salad or steamed vegetables. So it doesn't always have to be salad, it could be veg. I'm sure they would do something like that on the side if you wanted to. We're going to dessert. Obviously, you don't have to have dessert. It's nice sometimes to have it if you don't go out very often for meals, but always try and opt for as light as possible with that. Sorbet would probably be your best option. Really small, probably about 100 calories, no more than that in a portion, and it just helps give you something sweet to finish with. Or you could share a pudding, a single portion size pudding, so I'm not talking about a big ice cream sundae or something like that that's meant for sharing. Order a normal size pudding and share that with whoever you're with. That would be good, and then you're only half the calories, but you still got a nice bit of sweetness to finish. Or my top one would be cheesecake. That's often the lightest on the menu, not always, but depends what it's served with, but sometimes that can be your best option, cheesecake there. Or alternatively, finish with a cup of coffee, a nice coffee, so if everyone else is having pudding and you're trying to resist it, you still get something, so you're not just watching everyone else eating, you get your coffee. So they are my top tips for eating out. I hope they help. If you have any more questions, then just get in touch, send me an email or Facebook or Twitter contact as well, and I'd love to help.